Hi, this is Joshua from Motivao. Welcome to another episode of
Hey guys, it's Joshua from motivao Online Instructors. Today we're going to solve the exercise of the minimum length of the crease through the area method. And the reason I call it the area method is that we're going to use area as our tool to solve this exercise. Now, first of all, let's go to the diagram. Now notice here, what I want you to do is take a piece of paper and draw this diagram with all the letters that I have here, with all the numbers and the Roman numbers, because it's going to help you understand how am I doing this. Now, notice that each Roman number identifies each geometrical figure. We have this triangle right here. We have this one over here, this one over here, this one over here, and this one over here. Okay? Now, the reason I pinpoint that is that we're going to use that for solving this problem. Now let's ask a simpler question. What is the total area of this figure? Well, we know that the length is 11 times 8.5, right? So the total area is 8.5 times 11, which is just 93.5. Now let's separate this piece of paper into these different parts. The area of the first area, let's scoot over here. We have area 1 is what? Is 1/2, because it's the right triangle, of the base, which is 8.5 minus x, times the height, which is z. Now area 2 is what? Well, it's 1/2, because again it's a triangle, times the base, which is x, times the height, which is y. Now notice that A2 is equal to A4. So A4 is the same thing. 1/2 xy. Now A3 is 1/2 times the base, which is 8.5, times the height, which is y minus z. And A5 is a small rectangle, which base is 8.5, and the height is 11 minus y. And now the total area is equal to the sum of the areas. So 93.5 is equal to the sum of all the areas, right? 1 to 5. Now let's express this. The first area is 1/2 8.5 minus x times z plus area 2, which is equal to area 4. So let's just write 2 times 1/2 xy plus area 3, which is 1/2 8.5 times y minus z plus area 4, which is 8.5 times, area 5, 11 minus y. Now let's simplify this better. By simplicity, I'm just going to write 8.5 over 2, and let's distribute it. So we have 8.5 over 2z minus 8.5 over 2 xz. Oh, excuse me. It's just xz over 2 plus xy plus 8.5 over 2 y minus 8.5 over 2 z plus 8.5 times 11, we already know, is 93.5 minus 8.5 y. Now let's scoot over a little bit. Now this is equal to, notice that this term and this term cancel out. So let's cancel them. And notice that this one will cancel some of this, not all of it. So we have minus xz over 2 plus xy. Now notice that this term will cancel with the left side because they're the same, right? So this is 0. And 8.5 over 2 minus 8.5 is negative 8.5 over 2y. Now let's isolate for y. So let's pass the terms with y to the other side. We get 8.2 y over 2. Oops, sorry. 8.5 over 2 y minus xy equals minus xc over 2. Now let's isolate y or factorize it. Minus x equals minus xz over 2. And once we divide, we have that y equals minus xz over 2 times this term, which is 8.5 over 2 minus x, which is, by simplicity, minus xz over 8.5 minus 2x. And we can factor the minus here and cancel with this. So this is just x times z over 2x minus 8.5. That's y. But what is z? Let's go back to what is z. Now, in the other exercise, we found z through this triangle using the Pythagorean theorem, right? So let's do the same thing. We have 8.5 minus x squared plus z squared equals x squared. And if you watch in the other video, we have that z equals square root of 17x minus 72.25. Okay, so let's input this data into our y. So this becomes, scoot over a little bit, this implies that y equals x times square root of 17x minus 72.25 divided by 2x minus 8.5. And now we have y in terms of x. And the reason we want this is for the same reason as looking for z in terms of one variable. But how do we find that? Well, we know by the same principle that by Pythagorean we have z squared equals y squared plus x squared. But we already know now what is y, right? Y is this term right here. So we can substitute this into the equation. So it's gonna be x square root 17x minus 72.25 divided by 8.5 minus 2x, everything squared, plus x squared. And that is c squared. Now let's simplify a little bit. We only want c in terms of x. We don't want c squared. So we do have to take the square root of everything. Okay? So let's do that right now. So this implies that c of x is going to be the square root of this term right here. So let's just copy paste. Okay? And now let's simplify this a little bit. Now, I'm gonna jump some steps to make this video shorter. This becomes x squared plus x squared 17x minus 72.25 divided by, let's take factor of 4. We have x minus 4.25 squared. The reason I want to do this, you'll see, this is x squared plus, we can factor 17. So we have 17x squared times x minus 4.25. It's 4x minus 4.25 squared. Now they cancel out. So we have x squared plus, now 17 over 4 is 1425. X squared divided by x minus 4.25. Okay, now we find the common denominator, which is just, let's put the square root first. It will be x squared times x minus 4.25 plus 4.25x squared divided by x minus 4.25. And this becomes what? Well, the square root. This multiplies x cubed. These two cancel, so we are left with x cubed divided by x minus 4.25. Now I want to get that answer in the same way that I had in the other video to take the derivative of. So we just have to multiply by 2 in both sides, and we have the square root 2x cubed divided by 2x minus 8.5. And that's our C of x. If you're interested in watching more about this exercise, go to the second video where I take the derivative and find the minimum. Thank you guys for watching.
Guys, if you were astonished on how clear this was for you, imagine what I can do in a one-to-one session where I can pinpoint your weaknesses and make them stronger, thus making you a smarter version of yourself. Go to motivao.com.
Motivao wide instructors. Motivao.
Motivao.com.
Come on, let's go.
Great.
Go in my eyeball. Hey, mouse, go in my eyeball. I can't get in.